Yeah, man, it's good to see you.
Yeah, dude, you too, man. How's your summer been, dude?
Our summer was good. I did a lot. Oh, God, what didn't I do? I actually was tricked into whitewashing a fence by Tom Sawyer. I tried brewing my own beer, and then when I went to drink it, there was nothing there. And I realized I had just bought a barrel and didn't do anything with it. I started learning Spanish, and then like 2 weeks in, I was like, nobody ever uses this. I fell down the stairs all the way from the top of the Statue of Liberty all the way down. I was falling so long that I got hungry at one point. I waited in line for like 3 days, and I didn't know what it was a line for, and then I realized after 3 days it was just people standing in a big circle. I ran into Steven. You know Steven. Steven, kind of blondish, blackish hair.
You're not talking about Steven with the high top, right?
No, not different Steven. I tapped on the glass at the reptile house at the zoo. They did not like that. Steven, he kind of doesn't have a face. It's kind of just like a fog. When you look at his face, you kind of just have to look through a fog.
I don't know.
I started going to church. Not for me. Steven, his last name begins with a P, and it's very hard to pronounce. Steven, you know Steven. If you saw Steven, you'd be like, oh yeah, Steven, I know. You'd feel dumb for not knowing. I wrote a book. I actually wrote Moby Dick. And
Liar.
No, I wrote Moby Dick, and then I mailed it. I took the manuscript and I mailed it west, so it was going back in time zones, and it just kept going back in time until it got to the original publishing date. I actually went skydiving. But it's emotional skydiving, which is where you're just doing really well, and then for no logical reason, you just plummet and nosedive. I just took the time to kind of stop and smell the flowers, and then I realized that the flowers I was smelling was just marijuana plants. And I was like, Mexico was weird, and I left. That was another thing I did. I got cloned, but it didn't. It went terribly. I really found myself in an alley just wearing a woman's thong. What? Oh, we lost my grandma. We were just walking through the forest, and I turned around and she wasn't there anymore. I don't know what happened. I actually fired a gun and immediately just felt the power reverberating through my entire body and had to drop it and just walk away. I went into a Costco and just took all the free samples and put them in a plastic bag and then ran out. I actually was stuck in a fourth dimension for a little while. I went to Vegas. And
you know what happens there stays there.
Right, so I shouldn't say it.
Shouldn't.
But I will.
Okay.
It was chlamydia. I was actually visited by demons a couple times in the night. And they just said, you need to stop doing that. And I said, stop doing what? And they said, that, stop doing that. At one point I just gave up. I just thought, you know what, this isn't for me, all of this. I had a son. I should have brought that up first. It was the most amazing experience. I saw his face for the first time and was terrified and just bolted out of the hospital and never